What's up, everyone? It is currently 2 a.m. in the morning right now, but I had to do a video on Stranger Than Heaven. This is a new video game from RGG Studios that somehow, before Xbox did their partner showcase, this game was not on my radar, right? I don't know why it wasn't on my radar because it mixes together all my loves. Music, acting, a good story, at least it looks to be a good story, and producing music and just entertainment, right? It looked like a very entertaining game and a very fun game to play, right? And if you guys know me at all, you guys know I love to act, I love to sing, I love to dance, I love to songwrite, I love to write my own stories and then play those characters um in in those stories. I love to tell my own stories through my songwriting. I love to play characters and act out characters, like do British accents and swing. Oh, that was very good. Good day, governor. Like do British accents, and do accents and play characters and stuff like that, um and so this game merges together all my loves. This game focuses on a guy named Makoto. Makoto is trying to make a name for himself in Japan. This game is one of the things that makes this game very interesting is it takes place over 50 years. So it starts in 1918 and then it spans over 50 years. And I guess you can say the main plot of the game that the developers gave away today. They didn't give away everything because I don't think this game's coming out for a while, right? They said winter 2026. Or they said winter. They didn't even give a year. So I could potentially see this game coming out in January next year because of a little game called GTA 6. But hopefully it comes out this year. But this Makoto is like this is a origin story. Makoto is at least in this game, Makoto seems to be the creator. Makoto and you, Makoto's friend, seem to be the creators of the Yakuza, right? So it's how they built the Tojo clan. If you guys have played any of the Yakuza games or Like a Dragon games, it's how was the Tojo clan built. That's what it looks to be. A tale of two people with a very complicated relationship, at least from what the showcase showed today. You and uh your character Makoto have a friendship, but it's very and they'll always be there for each other, but they have different ways of doing things. So you play as Makoto, and you're like the guy that's very brash and stuff like that. But I'm assuming that's just how Makoto is when you start, because it takes place over 50 years. But how do you get to Japan in 1918 when the game starts? Well, Orpheus, played and motion captured by Snoop Dogg. Yes, Snoop Dogg is playing a main character in this game. I'll say that again. Snoop Dogg is playing a main character in this game, right? Orpheus is a smuggler that also has probably a bunch of other secret stuff that nobody knows, right? Orpheus is a smuggler, so he smuggles you and Makoto to Japan, and Morpheus takes Makoto under his wing, so he kind of like mentors Makoto, and 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 again he's played by Snoop Dogg and motion captured by Snoop Dogg, and then also Snoop Dogg's son's in the game as a character, but they didn't reveal his Snoop Dogg's son's character yet, right? So, but then uh, Snoop Dogg teaches Makoto how to build an empire, basically, right? Because Snoop Dogg's like Morpheus is like a very experienced smuggler of unique items, right? That's what they said in the live stream. Yeah, the live stream, the showcase, right? And eventually Makoto and you have to find legal ways to make money. So what they do is they become big showmen. They become like the way that it looks like and the way that the developers were describing. It's like you as Makoto become like PD Barnum. If you don't know who PD Barnum is, PD Barnum is the character that Hugh Jackman plays in Greatest Showman, right? PD Barnum was actually a real life person. So it's like you become PD Barnum. And the reason I say that is because Makoto also has an artistic gift, right? Makoto can hear a sound. So say if it's and this is a gameplay mechanic. Say if it's somebody sweeping the ground, right? Like sweeping the floor. You can take that, snap your fingers, and Makoto remembers that sound. Or if an enemy is like trying to take you out with an weapon, he can avoid the weapon, and then you can turn on your music mode vision, that's what I'm gonna call it, and basically take that sound and remember that sound. What do you do with these sounds, you ask? Well, Makoto is like a producer, because Makoto can't sing, right? Right? They literally say in the video, Makoto can't sing, but he can produce, right? Right? So Makoto goes around and talks to all these people that like piano players and singers and instrument players and I think you can even talk to like actors and dancers and stuff like that. And his job is to basically create entertainment. This is one of the things you can do in this game. Also, music is a big part of this game. Because Snoop Dogg's character, like, I don't know if Snoop Dogg's character Morpheus raps in the game, right? Because I don't think rapping was invented in 1918, but you never know. Snoop Dogg could rap in the game, right? But you know what was invented in the when this game set? Jazz music. And Snoop Dogg's not the only famous artist that they got in this game. Tori Kelly. They got one of the best vocalists in the world to play a character in this game. And I mean play a character. Like, she doesn't just like, she sings obviously in the game, but Tori Kelly plays uh Susie. Yeah, Tori Kelly plays Susie in the game. Now they didn't really give much on like uh who these characters are. They basically said like Makoto is trying to come up in the world, and one of the things that you can do in this game is create entertainment for people. Like, remember those sounds I was talking about? Like, that Makoto can take and remember? You can use those to basically create beats for people like Susie, like Tori Kelly's character, to sing over, right? So you are basically, kind of, even though she's playing another character, right, getting to produce Tori Kelly to a certain extent in this game, which is really, 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 really cool. And also, you also have like uh Makoto and you trying to build up a new empire, like a new version of a gang in Japan. Like, again, this is, well, at least the way that the developers described it and the trailer described it, this is the birth of what became the Yakuza. So, like, you have that element of the story too. So you can you you have to do a bunch of shady stuff, but you also have to do a bunch of legal stuff, which is the legal stuff is the entertainment that Makoto and you can put on, where Tori Kelly's character comes in, Susie comes in, and a bunch of other singers come in. Now, Tori Kelly's the only singer, Tori Kelly and Snoop Dogg are the only singers that I recognize that are in this game. There's a lot of Japanese singers, right? That I don't recognize, so I'm not gonna comment on like Japanese singers that are in this game because I don't know those singers, right? Not saying they're not good. I'm just saying that I don't know these singers besides Tori Kelly and Snoop Dogg. So like for me, you have Tori Kelly and Snoop Dogg portraying characters in your game. Yeah, I'm gonna play it. Right? You guys know my goal, or some of my goals is to um, bring more awareness to people with disabilities in the music industry and in the entertainment industry in general, because I don't think there's enough of us in the entertainment industry, right? And one of the ways, or two of the ways I want to do that is eventually I want to start releasing my own music one day, and and I want to become an actor one day. So obviously this game uh speaks to me in some way because you get to do some of that. Like, again, Makoto gets to create his own music and then have singers, or he, because Morpheus says to him, like, or Snoop Dogg says in like the kind of what the explainer of the story is, that Makoto tries to sing. He just is better at producing. Like, that's literally what Snoop Dogg says. And they're not gonna give us everything, guys, because this game probably doesn't come out until January. Like, that's my guess. If it's winter 2026, it could come out in November. But there's also a little game called GTA 6. But yeah, like, this is one of my most anticipated games. The three main reasons for that, I really like the studio that is making this game. Like, they make quality stuff. They make really quality, good, entertaining, good gameplay, good story stuff. And they've also made it a lot easier for people like myself with disabilities to play their games because they've added an English audio track to their games. Before, yeah, it was like I would say I would like when RGG games would come out before, like in the PS4 generation, they didn't add English audio track. I would still play their games, but I would have no idea what's going on. Now they're having a game with Snoop Dogg and Tori Kelly in it. Snoop Dogg is one of the most iconic rappers ever, right? Like he literally created a sound of hip hop, a genre of hip hop, a subgenre of hip hop with Dr. Dre, and then Tori Kelly is one of the best vocalists ever. Like I put Tori Kelly up there with the Cynthia Rivos of the world, the Ariana Grandes of the world, the Christina Aguileras of the world, the Chris Stapletons of the world, the Aretha Franklins of the world, the musical theater people of the world, right? Like I put her up there with those level of vocalists because she is one of them, right? So even if the premise didn't look so intriguing to me, I would probably buy this game just because Snoop Dogg and Tori Kelly are in it, and I'm big fans of both of them, right? But you add on top of Snoop Dogg and Tori Kelly being in this game, the premise being really interesting, like Makoto has to build a new life in Japan, and it's in the it starts in 1918 and it spans 50 years. I don't think we've ever had a game that spans 50 years. Like movies and television and theater productions have done that. But I don't think we've ever had a game that spans 50 years. I could be wrong about that, but I've been playing video games for basically my whole life, right? Since I was 5. So I've never ran into a game where the game spans 50 years, right? I'm very interested to see how they're going to do that, right? Cuz RGG does good games. They do games faster than most developers, but they're also big, massive games with very complex and deep stories and complex and deep gameplay systems. Like even like for example, if you don't like music, like I love music and I love creating it, I love I love producing it, I love singing, I love all that stuff. But if you guys don't like music, you probably don't have to do the music stuff in uh Stranger Than Heaven, right? That's how big their games usually are. Like there's literally like tons of side content, tons of things to do, and they're all quality. Like it's not like it's like this music system that they put in the game, like it's not like, oh, just so we can use Tori Kelly's voice and just because we have Snoop Dogg in the game, we're gonna put a music system in the game. No, bro, this actually looks very core to the game if you want it to be, which for me, I'm gonna be doing that a lot. right? Like, for me, I love, like you guys have seen when I review albums, I love studying vocalists because it makes me a better vocalist, right? I love studying how people perform. I love studying how producers produce because it makes me better at all these things. Right? And I just love it in general, right? So for me, you have probably not probably, you have a very deep and brutal and looks fun to play game with a deep combat system. you also have a part of a game where you're a producer, and Tori Kelly's voice is one of the things that you get to produce, right? Right? Again, don't know if Orpheus raps, right? Because it would be weird if a smuggler character like Orpheus, because Orpheus seems like a guy you don't want to F with, right? Right? Starts rapping, right? I'm not putting it past Rumble because they do have Snoop Dogg in the game, but um, but I just find this game really interesting, and I will definitely be there on day one to play this game whenever it comes out. Um, Also, I gotta talk about this theme. So these developers, um, like they have very complex stories. Like when you play their games, and I don't mean complex like confusing. I mean complex like good stories, right? Like, you guys know, like I love to play characters that I write some of the characters that I play. Like I write stories sometimes and I act out the characters in those stories. Or I songwrite and sometimes I'm playing a character, right? Or sometimes I'm songwriting and telling my own stories. You guys know I like stories with detail and complexity. These guys, RGG Studios, are really good at making um, that a priority, right? These guys, like the games are long. Like they're not like 10 hours long. They're like the bigger ones that they make. They're like 100 hours long if you want it to be, right? And then the smaller ones are 60 hours long. So like when I say big games, I really mean big games. And like this, I've been playing. The only game that I haven't played from RGG is their most recent one, Kiwami Free Remake, um, which I might go and play because I'm so excited for this new game. But well, and some of the older Yakuza without the English, some of the older Like a Dragon titles without the English dub, because it's easier. It's way easier for me to actually understand what's going on and get some of the great writing, and I mean get all of the great writing that these developers do if you have an English dub. That's just the way I prefer um, to experience my gaming, right? Because gaming is one of my passions, right? Like I enjoy doing it. Just like I enjoy acting, just like I enjoy singing, just like I enjoy songwriting, just like I enjoy story writing, just like I enjoy script writing, just like I enjoy just like I enjoy uh, producing, right? Like I enjoy video games, and one of the ways that I enjoy it is just sitting back, playing the game, and enjoying the story, right? And just getting immersed in whatever game I'm playing, right? Right? Like so I can't wait to do that with this game. This game looks like the best game that they've ever made, and having Snoop Dogg and Tori Kelly in this game is only making me more hyped for this game. Like they seem to know what they're doing, and it's not like for me it's not like, because at first when I heard Snoop Dogg rapping the theme song, because keep in mind, like this game only came on my radar yesterday because they held the event yesterday. It is currently 3:11 in the morning. But they held the event yesterday, and like they played the theme song for this game. The theme song for this game, it's Tori Kelly, Snoop Dogg, and a bunch of other Japanese singers. It's dope. It's dope, right? It's mainly Tori Kelly and Snoop Dogg, right? Tori Kelly's the lead vocalist on the song, and then Snoop Dogg has a verse, right? For me, this game's right up my alley, right? Like, not to mention you have a guy that literally created a whole genre of rap with Dr. Dre, and you have one of my top 10 vocalists of all time in the game. Yeah, I'm playing you. I'm playing this game when it comes out. So for me, I'm just so interested, excited to see more of this game, and yeah, hopefully, hopefully you guys are as excited as I am for this game. And yeah, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day, and God bless you guys.